Once you've set up your tracker, you're all ready to go and start inputting data. There's two options. You possibly have access to the principal data collection sheets. That does give you two steps. You're collecting data in person, and then you have to input it later. Ideally, you just collect this on an iPad or like a similar device. It makes it pretty easy, and then you don't have to input it into a computer later. So you're just doing all the work during the lesson and none of the work after. If you are well, I guess just in general, when you're inputting, we click one of these drop downs, and there are six options, which seems like a lot of options, but I think they all have a reason for being there. Four would be that they got that word correct independently on their first attempt. You saw it, they did it on their own, it was right. That's a four. Um, Half credit would be correcting them with one minimal prompt. For me, those prompts would be like saying that says bed. I want it to say beg. How would you make it say beg? And with no other like corrections, they're able to change it that D to a G. Um, One would be after multiple prompts, like you keep working with it. All right, so this one right here, this says D, D. What letter says D? And they're able to fix it. Zero is just they're not able to get it. If you are in a larger space, I'm a special education teacher, there's less kids that I'm working with at a time, then you might just be using four and zero. And that's okay. It's not going to throw it off terribly. Especially for special education kids or kids with IEPs, I like the option of two and one, so then they can also get some partial credits. The other options are refuse to attempt and absent during lesson. I don't normally use absent during lesson. I use it maybe if they like went and got water. But it's just like a lot of A's to fill in without reasons. And then refuse to attempt I do use. And the reason why, again, is that that can either I can like flip between having that be work refusal and having that be listed as incorrect work, which is really nice. So back to snap. Back to this, I have my copy, which is what I'm showing you right now, but I already filled in data on this original sheet, and I'll show you how that auto-filled. The only other things to note is that capital and punctuation is the same, but when you get down to spell check, the options are a little bit different. Four is again correct entirely. Two is that they used the target sound correctly. So in gave, they would have the A and the E separated by a consonant, but they misspelled the word another way. Then zero would just be incorrect. Again, you also can just do four and zero. And then refuse to attempt is kind of like work refusal. And then skipped is especially important for sentences when frequently I'll see kids who just forget a word. And that does show up as a zero, as you can see here. Okay. So now that we've done all that, let me show you what it looks like when we filled it in. Again, these are not my students' real names. The important thing, that I forgot to mention on this is that you absolutely have to put the date in for it to show up on the data summation tab. It will show up in the grades tab without a date, and that's a good place to check too if you put the date in. But it won't show it won't like factor in that lesson into the data summation tab. The reason for that is again, I'm a special education teacher. I need only dated lessons to count. And so I made it so that only dated lessons count. Please put the date in. It's in this white box. And that's the same thing for all lessons and all spell checks. It's in a little white box somewhere in the middle. Once you've done that, I'm going to show you the completed one now. It'll give you a daily percentage right here on the end. So this can be super quick to check. It also puts it in the grade page. And this is nice because I can see how students are doing across lessons. So I could highlight Jackson Williams here and I could see, is he consistently in the yellow? This also makes it pretty quick and easy to note that this lesson I might want to do in a small group with Jackson, Mason, and Elijah.